What's cooking, Valhalla? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm making a tier list for Odin Valhalla Rising. We'll see which class is best in PvE and PvP, if we can really define that, right? I will split the list because things change if you are free to play or if you are willing to spend money on the game. I know it sounds weird, but hands off, it is what it is. I made this tier list using 3 sources: the Korean tier list, some Japanese forums that look at classes deeply, and of course, my own experience. One last thing, and please remember to pick what you enjoy. This is Thanks for the sub. This is an MMO. You don't have to follow every tip or play top classes all the time. The differences between classes aren't huge anyway. And let's be real, if you're not spending big money in this game, just have fun with your favorite class. So, let's dive in. Alright, let's start with PvE for free-to-play players. In the first place, I will put both the subclasses of the Sorcerers and as well the Sniper. These 3 classes have high potential if you don't spend much money in game. They're great choices for grinding as an F2P player. The Archmage is probably the best at AoE damage in the game, but she has no lifesteal or sustain skills. This makes farming hard in tougher areas if you're farming by yourself. On the other hand, Dark Wizard and Sniper have good utility and lifesteal skills. This helps them survive longer while you are grinding solo. If you can run another client with a priest to heal your Archmage while you are farming, then Archmage becomes top tier for grinding. In the second tier, I will put Assassin and probably Berserker, as Berserker is also considered the DPS class. These classes grind slower than the first group. They are melee units, which is usually harder in crowded areas. Both classes also have skills that work better in PvP. For the next tier, I choose Defender and probably Paladin. They are close to Assassin and Berserker, but do less damage early on. The other class above just deal more damage as a percentage anyway. Last is Priest. Priest focus solely on healing and debuffs instead of damage. They are very slow at solo grinding early game. If you play a priest at first, try to find a party to farm with. It will help a lot. Later, when you unlock more skills like yellow passives, things get easier, but right now it's probably the slowest class for solo play. Even though this is a grinding PvE tier list, if you are free to play, I suggest thinking about classes like Saint, Paladin or Defender. These classes are rare in the game, they help your team or guild a lot over time. Also, some bosses, especially the world bosses, give rewards not just for damage, but also for taking hits and healing others. So even if these classes aren't the best at grinding mobs solo, they can get better rewards from boss fights. Plus, having these support classes will help your guild beat dungeon bosses more easily. Now let's talk about pay to win PvE. You might ask, why focus on PvE as a pay to win? Well, some players want to grind fast and progress fast. There are not many big changes here. The main difference is that I put Dark Wizard at number 1 and I'm gonna explain why. If you spend money, you get better mounts, weapons, avatars, and you can also progress your collection. So you will have more power and as well sustain in the field. Dark Wizard has the strongest lifesteal skills in the game and also debuffs that make enemies take more damage from you overall. This means spenders can farm higher areas when most people are stuck in lower zones. You can solo the spots because of your lifesteal and you don't need help. Additionally, Dark Wizard is the class that can reach the fastest, the first threshold, the first paywall, we can call it this way, which is around level 40. So for the same reason, Sniper will come second, as Archmage lacks lifesteal and for pay-to-win grinding, feels more rewarding to play something that can actually sustain solo grinding. I would even consider Paladin close to Berserker or Assassin. If you build him aggressively, with attack buffs from formation, Paladin gets good AoE in higher levels as you progress your character and unlock more skills. Still, my top picks for heavy spending players who want to focus on PvE solely are Dark Wizard first and Sniper second. They give the best results for farming higher levels mobs completely solo. Even better than Archmage if you plan to do some auto PvP too. Bringing your PvE into your PvP, playing completely on auto, if you get what I mean. Now let's talk about PvP for free-to-play players, and things actually change here. Assassin and Berserker are at the bottom tier. If you don't plan to spend much money in game, you will lack both defense and attack early on without their key skills unlocked. These classes need almost all their skills to shine, so it takes a lot of grinding. On the contrary, if you run multiple accounts with ghost trading or farming 24/7, maybe these classes could work later, but it will take a long time. Ranged classes like the Sniper, like the Archmage, like the Dark Wizard, can give you better results sooner as an F2P player. For top options as free-to-play in PvP, I suggest support roles like Paladin or Saint. Supporting strong teammates is very helpful, especially if your friends actually spend money. Defender is also great because not many people play this class. It has a lot of crowd control and high defense, so you can survive longer against big spenders. This helps your team by letting them do more damage while you're holding off your enemies. So my verdict, and it's entirely my verdict for free-to-play PvPers, go with support or tanky roles like Paladin or Defender. Finally, let's talk about pay-to-win PvP, the most exciting part. And we are not talking about I bought the monthly subscription and the battle pass. We are talking about what color is your Bugatti spending. Simply put it, this depends on how much you spend, but if we are talking about top spenders at endgame, Assassin and Berserkers are the top choices. Assassin is amazing because with all your skills unlocked, you can kill people in just a few skills. Consider that you are a huge whale, and when Assassin gets a kill, you have this amazing passive that will reduce all your cooldowns, so invisibility will be available again soon enough. If your dodge is also high and the others don't have enough accuracy yet, because we are playing a game with hit and dodge, it's even better. Berserker also shines when spending big. As his HP drops below 50%, he becomes way stronger. Attack speed doubles, damage goes up, defenses get better too with your reflect skills. Fighting against a strong Berserker whale is tough, and when they reach half health, their power spikes. Now maybe I might place him a little higher on the rankings, because, you know, I have a personal connection with this class, but since I'm gonna play this class and maybe spend some Bugattis on him, I'm gonna make him work, so there's that. Now Paladin and Defenders are also great options as tanks for whales. They almost never die if you build them right, and Priest isn't a bad option either, but there are stronger options in PvP as being a spender. Still, for guild wars or big fights, DPS classes like Assassin or Berserker help more because killing enemies fast keeps your team alive longer. Simple logic. Dark Wizard also deserves probably... I could really place all the DPSs on the S category, but it would be weird as there are small differences from my perspective as well. Also, the Korean tier list separates Assassin from all the other classes, so it would be weird for every single class to be on the S category as there are small tweaks. So, Dark Wizard, I'm gonna place him on the A category, lots of utility, a lot of crowd control abilities, good damage output, strong lifesteal from skills, a very solid choice for heavy spenders for sure. Archmage isn't quite as useful here due to less utility compared to Dark Wizard or Sniper, but still powerful in the right hands or in the right cards. Sniper should also be somewhere around here. Lots of utility, traps, dodges, good survivability with lifesteal, plus high damage makes this class well-rounded for top PvP play. Alright guys, that wraps up our tier list for now. We might make changes as we dive deeper into the game or when new classes are released. My personal take is pretty close to the Korean and Japanese tier lists, just a few small differences here and there. Remember, you don't have to follow any meta if you don't want to. Play what you enjoy, and this should be your guideline. It's interesting how different classes scale better with spending money or in late game content. Free-to-play players can still reach those levels, it just takes more time and effort. Stay tuned because we are starting an ultimate grinding series soon with lots of exciting content coming up. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like, it really helps the channel grow. Thank you so much for watching and until next time, see ya!